Hi. Good afternoon, good people. This is our second session of the misconduct that leaders are committing, in meetings, So as I promised in my first video, there's going to be probably 7 of these videos where we're talking about those misconducts so that we bring upon awareness, to leaders, and they mustn't do this kind of things to in front of the new leadership entrance, guys. We need to take care of our own. Hey, we need to take care of those female leaders who are entering the male-dominated industries. So we need to find a way to protect them, from this kind of things, so that we can bring upon their potential. We need to help them to be good, to be great in their leadership, so that the whole, if a person is doing well in their position, everybody wins. Believe me, everybody wins. So we need to encourage that kind of enthusiastic, behavior of doing well in your position. So I am the protector, guys, of the female leaders in the male-dominated industries. I want them to have the good experience. I want them to have the best life of leadership. So I want the female leaders to feel good and not to fear, to do this thing with ease and confidence. I want that for the female leaders, guys. That's what I want. And I advocate for leadership in the male dominated industries. I really do. Hey, it is my passion to make sure that women lead with ease and confidence. It is of utmost importance to me that I preach that, so that when I believe that when you teach a woman to catch a fish, the whole village eats. Believe me, the whole village eats. The women are not selfish. Women can help, can lead, can nurture. So they've got all in everything in one. They are all in one. Women, they are so good in leadership because they don't just lead for the sake of the boss or the employer. They lead for the sake of everybody, the boss and the employees. So we make sure that we bring everybody together and there's a win-win situation. You see, so that's how I see women in leadership, because I have been there for 22 years, guys. I know I've been there for 22 years, and I believe that I've done good, because even now there's people who will call me and say, "Oh, sister boss, we really miss you." And I'm like, those are the good things that I did for the people. When you leave the industry and for a certain for some time, and then people keeps on calling you when you leave the company for some time, and people keep on calling you and asking you, "How are you doing? We miss you." And you must know you've done good. You've done very good. Okay, so I really want to make sure that the the leaders, the female leaders that are coming, they've got everything under control. They understand everything, they know everything, they can leave, they can be in these positions without fearing anything. So today, guys, I'm asking, why do we have to discipline employees in meetings, in wrong meetings? Like, every meeting has got its label. There's a production meeting, there's a sales meeting, there's a project meeting, there's a dispatch meeting. There's Every meeting has got its own. There's a vision meeting, there's a mission meeting, there's a progress meeting, there's every meeting. But then you get this kind of a leader who just do things in the wrong meeting. Why do we have to do that? I'm asking that question, because immediately when you are showing your muscle, in the wrong meeting, in front of the wrong people, you are just showing weakness. Sorry about that. You are just showing weakness in your leadership, that you cannot discipline the person, in a private capacity. Have you ever heard those words, um, that says you need to praise publicly but discipline privately? Have you ever heard those words? So some leaders doesn't understand those kind of words. I'm just opening my notes, so that I can make sure that I talk about everything. Yeah. So if you've ever heard about those words whereby you mustn't discipline a person in public, you know so you are belittling that person. You are making that person's self-esteem to go down immediately. You are just causing havoc in the person's life. And it is not necessary. Leaders, it's not necessary. Call the person and sit her down and tell her what he or she has done wrong privately, and sort it out in a private. That's why there's a thing called a hearing, a meeting for disciplinary inquiries. They call it a hearing meeting. So that is why that there is that kind of a meeting. So you cannot be in a production meeting and say, yeah, you have done this and this and this and this. You are going to get a warning. I'm like, really, really, in front of everybody. It's not right, guys. It's not right, leaders. So when things like that are happening in front of a new leadership entrant who is a female nohal, I'm telling you, inside her, she's questioning herself. She could even take her bag and leave after that meeting, because she would think that she doesn't belong in that company where the culture is of disciplining people in wrong meetings. So we need to change the culture of the company. The company needs to make sure that they respect the people. Even if the person has done a misconduct, it is important that you respect that person. You call that person to the office. I understand you can blow up. Maybe he has done something big or whatever. He can blow up. But there is a time whereby you need to call a person to the office and say, you know what, sit down, you've done something wrong and you are facing a disciplinary hearing, blah, 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 blah. Those kind of things. So, but if you are doing that in the wrong meeting, it comes back to you as the witness in your meeting. It comes back to you. So we've got meetings like progress meetings, we've got meetings like where we craft the way forward, all those kind of meetings that I've spoken about. We've got those kind of meetings whereby discipline is not part of those meetings. Do not do it. It's not part of those meetings. You cannot show off, with another, if with your team member in the wrong meeting. You can't as a leader. You must be professional. Let me put it in that way. You must be a professional leader and call that person in a separate meeting. Okay. So I am, talking about this series of misconducts of leaders in the meetings, because when they were happening in front of me, I really felt ashamed. I really felt like I want to take my bag and leave, because I really thought it's the culture of the leadership in that company. And it was not the culture, it was just that individual, who wants to make sure that everybody must be afraid of him. If you are a leader and your subordinates are afraid of you, there's something wrong with you. Okay? If you are, let me repeat this. If you are a leader and your subordinates are afraid of you, there is something wrong with you, not the subordinates. So a leader needs to be respected. You cannot be afraid of your leader. You need to respect your leader, and your leader must earn your respect. Okay, so if you are a good enough leader, you need to earn the respect from your subordinates. And by doing right by the company and by them. Yes, it is a very difficult situation, guys. I understand it's a very, very difficult situation, but try to have a win-win situation between the employer and the employee. Try and have a win-win situation. Okay, so it's very, very important that you do not discipline your members in the wrong meeting or in front of everybody, in front of the whole team. It's not right. You can't do that. It is not adequate. You make them feel inadequate, of less quality. Okay, so it's very, very important that we know that. Please give this video a thumbs up if you agree with me, and then please subscribe to my YouTube channel so that other children, other female leaders can see, and male leaders can see what I'm talking about. And in the comment section, tell me if you agree with me or not. I'm open to criticism. I'm fine. You can criticize me, you can agree with me. It's fine. Just tell me in the comment section, what do you think about disciplining an employee in the wrong meeting? Tell me. Okay, let's talk about this thing. Let's help the future generations to come and find. And I always say the future generation must land in a softer cushion. So it's very, very important because we want them. We want their potential. We want their mind. If you've got experience and you don't have the new knowledge, you are as good as not a good leader. You need to have experience and new knowledge, so that when those two comes together, you are perfecting your craft, as a leader. You see, so it's very, very important that the new ones, when the new leadership entrants, when they enter into the leadership positions, we need to give them the experience so that they match experience and their new knowledge, and they become best in their positions. Oh, guys, I so love leading. Hey, I am so in love with leading, especially in the male dominated. I really, really enjoyed my leadership in the male dominated industries, especially in the last few years before my what you call my contract ended. So it was very good. I don't want to lie. It was so good. That is why I need to impart this information to other leaders, to other new entrants. This dreadlock is disturbing me. Okay, let me put it that way. So that I can impart this information to other new leaders, new entrants, in the industry. It's so nice to see females in conti suits, doing good things, doing in engineering, doing stuff, and being leaders in their own a way of doing things. So it's so good. Me, I get impressed. I love the situations where females are growing into companies and are growing into leadership positions, because as soon as females grow into leadership positions, the company is going to change. Believe me, it's going to change to the better. So I want you to get these tools right first time. Do not suffer. Do not be like me, whereby I got these tools later in my leadership career. No, get them now, use them now, so that you can be able to become best in your early career, leadership career, So it's so important for me to impart this information, because this information is going to help female leaders to be the best. It's going to help them in terms of not being questioned. Are you good enough? Are you going to be here, and do the right things? Are you going to think like males? It's going to help them not to care about those kind of narratives or stereotypes. So make sure that you follow my sessions on YouTube, on Facebook, on LinkedIn. Make sure that you follow those sessions so that you can be able to become the best leader. And if you need coaching sessions, please, you can contact me via email. My email, it's down in the description. I do coach one-on-one. I also coach in a group. So yeah, using a program, sorry. So if you want my services, you can just send me an email, and then I will definitely send you my coaching proposal so that you can see which program suits you well. Okay. Thank you so much, guys. We will definitely carry on with session 3 of this misconduct of leaders in the meetings. See you soon. Bye.